Solve This Murder. I'm your detective, Dani.
And I'm your crime scene criminal and witnesses, Bill. This is part 10 of the tragedy in transit.
In part 9, we learned that Samantha had recently become aware that Gregory did steal the Chalcedony portrait.
Dani also found out that the lunch in Wetherell may not have been as cordial as Daniel first implied, and something may have ruined the mood.
And finally, we learned that it was indeed Jack who was in the second sleeper on the train and saw perhaps two figures visit Gregory's cabin. Right, I've got a few things left to worry about here.
Yes, what is the next steps of this investigation?
I rudely cast Jack aside on the side of the road somewhere, hopefully
Sobbing.
near his house.
Sobbing with hypocrisy.
That's okay, I don't care about hypocrisy. I go back to my home/office where
Yep.
I may have left Jamie.
Sobbing with brother death.
I gotta pick her up because
Yes.
I'm going to send her on one of my side quests.
Oh, yes, I need one, a side quest. What do I need to do?
Okay,
Oh wait, I was at a council meeting. I'm back.
great. Whatever we are doing here, your side quest is I'm putting you on Samantha duty.
Oh, okay, what do I need to do for Samantha duty?
Look, the whole thing is
Mhm.
the whole thing with Samantha is that so far we have had no way of proving anything about her being on her boat.
Yes, you're right. I'm sure her staff would say that she was on the boat, but they're her staff. My staff would say anything about me.
Is that your voice?
Everything's my voice.
Sure.
You've said this before. I don't know if it is my voice, but today it is.
The only thing that we've got
Oh,
is that
Jamie.
apparently she arrived before everyone else and then spent some
Hmm.
time shopping in Port Angelica.
You want me to go to Port Angelica and talk to all the shopkeepers with a picture of Samantha?
That sounds exhausting. Look, not impossible if this
You want me to
doesn't go
sneak
anywhere.
onto the boat in a black balaclava and go through her closet to find clothing from Port Angelica?
I considered that as well. If that ends
I
up
can do that.
being the most appropriate, then sure. I don't know how you'd recognize it. I mean, you're still in a good enough place with Samantha that you could probably just ask, right?
Oh yeah, I can do
Woo,
that too.
fashion! Yay!
Okay, well, I can do that.
You can say it in exactly those words,
I'll
exactly
say
that
woo,
tone.
fashion, yay.
Okay.
Hold on, wait, what about this? Woo, fashion, yay.
Perfect.
Yes?
So you need to specifically say,
Okay.
what was the stuff that you got from Port Angelica?
All right, I'll see if
I'm
she can
sick
show
of
me.
all of your old stuff. I need only...
I don't think I'll say that.
Okay.
As a politician, I've learned to become quite subtle with my deceptions, so of which I have none. I've never made a false promise before, and I never will. But I promise you, I will find out everything I can about Samantha's movements with proof.
Wonderful. I drop her somewhere appropriate. I don't know where Samantha is or lives or hangs.
I do.
Great. Go
All
there.
right. So she's done Samantha duty.
Mhm.
What's your duty? As lead investigator and actual only investigator, who has not been hired really by anyone.
we don't know if that's true now that a body's been found and the police
Yeah.
are involved.
Now Simba's lead investigator.
I'm on the... I'm racing.
How are you going to undercut Simba's investigation?
It sounds like I need to see what sort of scoop Matt's going to give me on that lunch. I don't know if Harmony will be the right person for that. I think I'll try Matt now.
Okay.
His only client is dead, so he's got no job anymore. I'm
That's
sure he'll be
true.
free.
Yeah, or at least he's not too busy to see you. So
Great. Apparently he has an office.
yeah,
Great. I'll go to there, I guess.
Yeah. You head to his office. It's small,
Is this one bigger than a cubicle?
bigger than a cubicle.
More private than a cubicle?
Yes, more private than a cubicle.
All right.
He's even got a person out the front to greet you.
Oh, this is awkward. I haven't got a fake job yet.
You're greeted by a young man who says,
Great. Hi, I'm here to...
hold on, wait. I'll tell you what.
You need a voice?
I'll tell you what he says.
Mm.
Hold on. Give me a second here.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second here.
Oh.
Um,
Matt will see you in a few moons.
give me a... No.
Then I'd have some questions.
And he says, welcome to, I don't remember the voice. Welcome to Sheeran Managerial Services. I'm his new assistant, Hayden Flincham. You may not know about... Wait a minute, I remember
that
you.
name.
It's Dani. How are you?
Yeah, great. We did some good work together.
Yes,
I think.
my career as a finance financier didn't really work out very well. And with Victoria dead, it was hard to get good references, and I've ended up back in the assisting game, but in a new field. I'm bringing my financial know-how here to the world of music management. Luckily, no one will ever die in the world of music management. How can I help you?
How old was Gregory on that note?
Gregory? Young.
27?
No, Gregory was 33 or 4.
That makes sense. We did know that. All right, great. I'm here to see Matt. I think you said his name was Sheeran. I don't remember. I didn't write down anyone's surname.
Yes, Matt Sheeran. Please, let me...
I happen to know he has no meetings on today.
Well, look, he's told me to keep an eye out for any strange folk coming by. I think keep up security a little bit.
What?
Well, early in one of my early days here, I let a woman in, wealthy-looking woman, blonde hair, and I let her in. She said she knew Matt, and, she caused a bit of a stir, started yelling, threw some things around. He didn't appreciate that, and so he's just made sure I get a better question of
I'm
of who's
not going to
here.
do that.
Wonderful. I trust you. You solved a murder, and I didn't get blamed, even though I did it, and you didn't solve it right. Well, I'll just call.
I'm in. I'm
go say hi to Matt.
I'm
All right.
going in.
Bye. Remember me for next time.
Yeah, I go in.
All right. Let me close the notes to Furtive Fiend and back into the game. Matt says, Alette, right?
Yeah,
Why
sure.
did my assistant buzz you in as Dani?
Because I have a different stage name for every job. Come on, keep up. You know how this works.
Oh, and this is a new job?
This is the arts. Why did Samantha come in and throw stuff at you 3 months ago?
A personal issue, an old argument she thought I must have known something about that I didn't. I'll have to say I was as surprised as her at the time, but,
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that she blamed you.
Well, I think she came in here looking to blame Gregory. He sometimes is here. Well, quite often when he's in town, he'll be here in my office, working on various...
So you were the fall guy. Got it.
Yes, I was just
Your office
here. She was
curios were
Look,
the fall guys.
And I'll say she threw things around. That's an overstatement. She threw some folders around. She just wanted to do something. Nothing was damaged. But it was an awkward situation and not one I
Gotcha.
am keen to replicate.
Well, I'm here with a request.
Yes.
Matthew.
That's not my name. My name is Matthew.
I assume that you are the person that I can go to if I want some minutes.
Minutes?
Yes.
Sure, but about what?
About a certain lunch gathering, call it a meeting, if you will,
I shan't.
on the 7th of August.
Oh, at Wetherell.
Yeah, that one.
On the trip.
That's the one.
Yes. People have been asking about this trip a lot.
They have they?
Well, Jamie asked me to go through my entire itinerary of how I travelled that day. It seems strange. I started to suspect that you were not a reporter or a folk artist. But maybe someone more interested in some story. Maybe a real reporter or something.
Crazy.
Yes. So what would you like to know?
I've told you.
The
I
minutes.
want the minutes of this lunchtime gathering.
I don't keep minutes of lunchtime, but...
Not even in your brain?
Well, I suppose in my brain I keep minutes of everything.
That's just what I thought.
4:22. Detective starts asking annoying questions. Look.
I don't believe I've asked a single question except for why was Samantha throwing stuff. But anyway, tell me what went down at this lunch.
It was a lunch between old friends. We met up at Amy Blue in Wetherell. I had called ahead, made sure that they got rid of any contaminants, any allergens in the restaurant.
As well they attempted to do.
And we sat, we talked, we caught up. Obviously, I didn't need to catch up with Gregory. I see him all the time. But Daniel, and especially Harmony, it can be some time between seeing each other, and we chatted.
And some
we
years
caught
between
up.
speaking, apparently, in the case of Harmony.
Yes, I was going to say, has it happened to you? But I don't believe you knew Harmony before any of this. So, yes,
It might be
can
happening right
happen.
now, who can say?
And look, everything was fine. It was conversational. We were all a bit fraught from traveling. You know how it is when you're traveling. It's
And
tiresome.
planes get cancelled. Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
Planes cancelled and grounded and long drives. And it was all perfectly fine. Although near the end of the lunch, something was said and Harmony decided to leave a little early.
This is the bit that
She
I was
said,
hoping that you could drill down into.
look, Harmony excused herself, saying that she had to get on the road and do some driving. But clearly, she took some affront at something that Gregory had said.
I understand that she does that, but what was said?
They were talking, catching up, and I don't think he meant anything by it, but clearly he said something that threw her off a little bit. It was mid-compliment, too, so really, I don't know what her problem was, but clearly it was something. Do you know what he's about to say?
I have a guess.
What do you think he's about to say?
I think he's going to call her a freak.
He said, well, your books are great. A compliment, you see. Your books are great, even if you are a bit of a freak. And we laughed a little, and then we realized things had gotten a little bit quiet. And not long after that, Harmony excused herself.
Yeah, she really didn't like that.
Yes, look, things like this happen. They've happened before. She'll get over it. I'm sure she probably already, well, it might take her a little while, but I'm sure she will.
What do I do with that? How do I link these things to one coherent line of events?
Okay, well, it looks like you got what you wanted from Matt.
Yes, I did.
What you expected from Matt, maybe.
Pretty much. Matt, what did Gregory gotta tell him?
Gotta tell him? Oh, not this again.
You would know better than anyone else, right?
Look, I think I know.
It's my
Every year it's the same thing, but I say it's not worth putting it out there. I know we're between friends, but look, it's just something between him and Daniel.
Oh.
He feels bad about it, and every year he says he thinks he's done something wrong, and I don't.
Huh.
There was an agreement made. It was perfectly valid and perfectly justified at the time, but I think for Gregory it's something he feels guilty about. Every year he toys with the idea of letting people know, and every year I tell him once again it's an unnecessary stain on a reputation that is often already stained. If he was going to tell us something, I'm sure it was probably that.
Right. So nothing to do with Amanda.
With Amanda?
Yeah.
What would he have to tell us about Amanda?
Well, I don't know, but I asked her the same question and she seemed concerned.
That it was about her?
Yeah.
Well, if it is, it's nothing I know about.
Fair enough. All right. I think that might be all I can do. You got significant savings lined up?
Savings?
Surely.
Yes.
Great.
Why?
No reason.
No. All right. I just hired a new assistant.
That's great.
All right. Well, a strange conversation, Dani.
Yep. All right, I'm out of there.
All right, you're out. You leave.
Does
Matt's
Jamie
office.
call me?
You get a call from Jamie.
Great.
It's a FaceTime call.
Okay.
You see her in the dark.
Oh, no.
with a black balaclava on and a torch in one hand.
It ended up this way, did it?
And she says, all right, well, look right here. I found this.
Mm-hmm.
And she shines the torch on a row. She seems to be in some kind of giant walk-in closet.
Yep.
She says, I'm on the boat right now.
Wow.
I snuck aboard.
Great.
You see her balaclava is wet. I snuck aboard. And look. And she shows you a few dresses that are hanging, which still have tags attached to the back of the dress. She says, these businesses...
they're all in Port Angelica?
These are all Port Angelica boutique stores.
Okay.
If Samantha was lying about any of this, it's a pretty complicated ruse.
All right.
Someone from this boat bought dresses in Port Angelica.
All right, fair enough. Good to know.
Now, I don't have receipts or anything. Maybe they were bought yesterday, but signs are pointing to story checks out.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. All right. How am I going to put these things together? Is there anything else that you think?
There was one other thing that you wanted to do.
There was. My threads are running very thin here.
Sure.
The last one that I've got is sniffing Harmony's car.
All right, you want to sniff Harmony's car.
She's a rider. I'm sure that wherever I can find her, she won't be in her car.
No. It's late enough in the day that if she's home, she may well just be at home. She doesn't you don't think she has an office or anything.
Mm.
You drive your way over to her address. You have the address already. You got it at the end of the end of the dinner party. And as you drive up, you try be subtle about it.
I try be subtle about
You
it.
try be subtle about it. And you see that her lights are on. Clearly someone is home.
Mm-hmm.
Harmony doesn't have a closed garage or anything. She has a carport.
That's convenient.
very convenient. Except the car's not there.
Oh no!
There's no car in the carport.
Oh no!
An unsniffable vehicle.
Well, this now takes me down another train of thought. Do I confront her and say, oh my god, your car's been stolen? Yeah, let's try that.
You knock on the door.
I pound
you
on her
confront
door.
Harmony opens the door and says, yeah, what do you need?
I was hoping to get a copy of one of your books, but I saw there's like your number, your space station. There's no car there. You've been robbed.
No, my car's in the shop.
Oh, well.
You don't need to worry about it. It's fine.
Oh, you sure? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just in the shop.
Oh. Okay.
It's being fixed up, so that's...
All right. Well then, hi.
Hi. Is that all?
Well, I was coming over. I feel like we talked about whether I could get a copy of one of your books.
You've got copies of my books on a Kindle.
No, yeah, but I've only got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm addicted, Harmony.
All right, I have a few that were actually printed.
I have cash.
All right, here you are. She hands you 4 other books.
Amazing.
Whose titles I do not have.
Great. I'll take it.
You take 4 other books. Covered in her fingerprints.
Thank you, that's all.
Okay, bye.
All right, I need to do a quick scout out of all car shops in the area to see if that's real. I don't know if I was good enough to have memorized her number plate or anything. I want to get all of my resources on this car. I didn't think this was going to do anything, but now I have to find this car.
You scour some local shops. You ask after, you use some police resources. You check in for cars that have been put into any of these shops under the name Harmony Hansen or that match the car. You ask Jamie if she recognized cars. She doesn't know the license plate, but none of them seem to have her car.
What?
You widen your search a little bit, but you cannot find anyone who's currently working on this car.
This was my last thread, and they've burned the thread. I hate this. Ugh. Gah.
Yeah, strange.
Not strange at all. It smelled like fish too much, and they couldn't get rid of it.
I will say, actually, you do have police resources. You use them to help scour the local car shops, and they couldn't find anything.
Yeah. But you're saying there are other police resources that I should be using for this?
Maybe.
All of them. I want this car found. Tell me about stolen cars. Tell me about abandoned cars. I don't know what police know. Have any more dredging? Have any cars turned up in the river?
No cars turn up in the river. No cars turn up in the forest and other places they've dredged.
This is hard. Where do cars turn up? Can I just... Do I have some means of looking up what vehicle is assigned to her if I have her name? Is that a thing?
You look, and you can find that in police records, the license plate linked to her name.
Okay.
Linked to some traffic violations.
Okay. Any that feel particularly relevant to my...
Yes.
Okay.
But I might ask you one more time. What tickets do you think she might have?
This I really have no idea. I have had no particular indication of anything, nor do I know what road violation someone might get. Presumably not a red light camera. I don't know. This I do not know.
Well, I could give them to you. Your police resources, you've got them right now. But Dani, for just 1 second, I'm going to divorce your character's knowledge and your own. And if you can tell me at some point what you think those tickets might be, I will confirm it rather than tell you straight away.
What?
This, I think, is almost going to become the start of the end.
I guess it's gonna have to be, because this is the first question where I have had no idea where to go with it. What sort of traffic violations are there? There's obviously speeding as an option.
True.
But the only thing that I have really seen about her is that she left early and arrived late. If anyone was going to be speeding, it's less likely to be her. That is all I know about her transport, unless it's smuggling seafood across state lines. And I don't even know that, I just firmly believe that.
Yeah, you wanted to sniff her car for seafood.
I did.
What do you think happened there? Let's recreate Harmony's journey.
She drove to Wetherell. She had lunch at Wetherell. She got offended at lunch, so left lunch early. Saw crates of seafood out the back. Was currently mad at Gregory, so took some, intending to smash it in his face later. Put it in her car and drove off. Are there some ridiculously long parking tickets in Wetherell?
There are some ridiculously long parkings. Many, many parking tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Still being given.
Oh.
But not in Wetherell.
In Branton?
In Branton.
Okay.
That license plate looks like that car has gotten a lot of parking tickets. In fact, no, the most recent one is from a week or so ago. It looks like it's been impounded by the police in Branton.
Oh, so I didn't see her car at the party. I have no idea what her car looks like.
No.
Interesting. All right. Well, I feel like my absolute last steps of things are I'm gonna go up there. I want this car.
You head back to Branton.
I'll take Jamie with me.
You take Jamie with you.
And some of these police papers as well. It feels like they probably won't give the car to just anyone.
And you find the car impounded in the Branton police car impound.
Yep.
Do you want to have a look in the car?
I want to look in the car with my eyes closed.
You look in the car. You see nothing in the front seat, nothing in the back seat. But of course, you can open the boot.
Oh yeah.
They've unlocked it. They've pried it open. You open it up. You don't need your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst smelling boot you've ever smelled in your life, as you see it is full, packed to the brim with 2 large styrofoam cases of incredibly rotten shellfish.
How very upsetting and vindicating.
And of course, the Branton police ask you about the parking tickets and say, who should we send these to? Where's the home address? We never got it. And of course, one other ticket that was given to this car on the 7th of August.
I don't know what it is.
It's of a type you've already described.
What, a red light camera? What else did I say? Smuggling?
No, not a smuggling ticket.
Wasn't that all I said? Parking, red light, and smuggling? What else did I say? What else did I say?
It's a common ticket.
Speeding.
A speeding ticket. Going well over the speed limit. Clocked on a radar. Between Wetherell and Branton.
Huh. I have some blurs, but that's okay. So, let's close this boot. We don't need to see that.
No, it's gross.
And Jamie and I go back and we sit in whatever vehicle we arrived in. And just sit down and breathe out and say, okay, all right, I guess we're seeing what's happened here. And oh boy, what a mess of people. So, we've had from the start that what appeared to happen was these people, this group of 7 people, were going on this trip to Foray House. They're varying forms of transport, some of which were impeded, some of which weren't. And somewhere along the line, seemingly around Branton, Gregory vanished, supposedly having just gone off on one of his temperamental wanders that he does. And assuming that something happened around there, we had to look at who could have done something, which started out seeming like we should look at the people on the train. The people on the train were Matt and Daniel and Amanda. They all seemed to be relatively within each other's views, and over time it seemed like, actually, maybe we should start looking at the people who were not on the train. So that would be Samantha and Harmony and Jack. Then we found out that someone else was secretly on the train, and we learned that that was Jack. Significantly more suspicion on him in that regard. Because how could he not notice if he's in the next room? Something going on in there. Now, what that still means is that if someone else did come on and apparently throw Gregory out a window, you've still got to consider people moving off the train. So that's what we've just been doing. It looks like Samantha has been telling the truth this whole time. She just was nowhere near this train. She was on her boat. She went shopping in Port Angelica. That's as it appears to be.
Jamie joins in and says, yeah, I mean, even if she has a motive, even if her dislike of my brother was strong enough to lead her to something like this, she doesn't seem to have had the opportunity. Her alibi seems pretty strong.
It does. And, well, kind of sounds like she was pretty angry with him at the time. She just found out that something from, 15 years ago or thereabouts that she felt bad about was something that she shouldn't have felt bad about. And Gregory was an impulsive person. We've gathered that. He's an impulsive person. He stole from her. And then lied about it for 15 years. And then it just accidentally slipped out. Was it even Gregory or was it Daniel who let it slip? But either way, that came out. So she was certainly angry. But I kind of like her. I hope she's not the type to have done mass premeditated murder because of that. That has been a problem with all of this, trying to figure out what was premeditated and what was impulsive. Because the characters really go on different paths with that. And because things were, say, going wrong with the weather, the train being booked at the last minute, it can't have been easy to try to have this as a mega pre-planned thing. And then if we're looking for impulsive, well then the person that looks like by far the most impulsive has always been Harmony. We have been hearing about people having grudges with Harmony, having fights with Harmony, for reasons that they are all unclear about.
Yes.
We've gone through all of these different camp stories where something or other has happened at all of these camps. And so, like, the last one we had the breakup between Samantha and Gregory. Sure, that makes sense. We had the whole daffodil becoming a big deal. Then there was a stealing thing, a bit of a stealing epidemic. And look, I'm not going to point the finger at Gregory, but he's dead. He can't point back. Sounds like this was his sort of thing. A prank about to do with, was it Samantha's hair? Someone's hair. Then, well, Amanda couldn't tell me much about when they were 14. She was just worried that Matt didn't like her. But then, back when they were 13, Gregory's tires got slashed, and it was extremely soon after he had said what is starting to become a catchphrase at this point. He called Harmony a bit of a freak, and then suddenly his tires got slashed. Related? Again, who can say? But we're getting this impression of Harmony that she is a reactive type. And then when it comes to longer term things, she puts it in, she makes a book out of it. And just gets out some good catharsis in a book, if there's any long-term problems that she has. But she doesn't seem to have the best means of dealing with short-term anger. So we come to this lunch, where all we can say, the only thing that happened at this lunch was indeed that Gregory ruined the mood by saying, "You're a freak" to Harmony again. Hey, at least he said he liked her books. That's nice. He might have read them.
Maybe.
No one was sure that had happened. I assumed that what was going to happen with this lunch was that this gotta tell them that he had actually started to tell them whatever the gotta tell him was. Because everything that we have gathered about Gregory, despite being impulsive, despite being defensive, is that he does feel bad when people tell him that he's done something wrong. Is Matt right? Is it about the Daniel situation? Jamie, did you know about this thing about Daffodil?
No, I had no idea.
Oh, yikes. He totally did not write that.
Oh, that was his first big hit.
Yeah, right. Apparently he just contracted NDA'd the whole thing away.
Oh. What, do you think that Daniel was mad enough about that to kill him?
How did you know I meant Daniel?
I'm assuming you'd filled in details so we didn't have to repeat them on the episode.
What do you think a denouement is, Jamie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Who wrote it?
None other. No, I really don't. Nothing has given me an impression of Daniel that he has given particularly any energy to wondering what might have been. Daphne, on the other hand, totally has, but she was busy with the kids. She couldn't have done it.
No, of course.
But was somehow masses of guilt suddenly eating up in him? No, apparently not. According to Matt, he does this every year. Gregory has wanted this to be a confession on multiple occasions. So maybe the gotta tell him was just that
it was finally time?
Well, finally time again.
Maybe the gotta tell him happens every year.
Exactly. Like, you haven't broken into your brother's house enough times to know that?
I know. This is the first time I thought something bad had happened to him.
Fair enough. But the other thing that happened at this lunch, the most important thing, which I've been very fixated on up until this point, and why I brought you to this disgusting, disgusting place.
Yes?
Was because the restaurant that they ate at, Matt ensured that before they got there, all seafood was removed from the restaurant for Gregory's case.
And that's the seafood in the back of the car?
Well, it seems that this restaurant, they took it all out back and they planned to take it to the big old bins, and that never happened. They couldn't figure out quite who done it. They thought, maybe it was Max who did it, but Max isn't working today. When I asked a load of crap, there is no Max. I looked into it.
So you think it was Amy Blue who did it?
No one did it. They just left it in the alley. You know, the alley right where the storm out exit door is?
Oh, the alley that faces the car park.
Exactly.
Probably
a health code violation in itself, but they're not used to this, so I'll give them a pass there. That's not my job. But it's exactly the sort of thing that could catch someone's attention if they were storming out of a restaurant angry.
All right.
And trying to think specifically, I am angry at Gregory, what is a short-term thing that I could do to get back at him? Now, how aware were these people of exactly how serious Gregory's allergies were?
He's had that allergy for a long time. They'd all know. Yikes.
Because so far, it seems to be, and what we know, Harmony definitely took this seafood. What we know then, I fan out a bunch of police tickets, I guess. Or just various infringement notices.
Yes.
See? What else we know about this is that she was in a hurry to get from Wetherall to Branton? Because, well, her car, we've just found it, we've established, is in Branton, where she should not have been.
No.
The inland road from Wetherall to Port Angelica bypasses Branton. There was no reason for her to come here on her normal drive.
All right. And if the car's in Branton, how did she get the
out?
rest of the way?
That's a very good question. I didn't, of all things, maybe a foolish mistake. I spent plenty of time, and I got you to spend plenty of time on this, asking how people got to Foray House. At no point did I ask us to establish how did they get back from Foray House.
Oh, you're right. She wouldn't have had a car. If the car was in Branton, she has to get all the way to Foray House and somehow back home again.
Can you FaceTime Daniel right now?
Brr, brr. Is that how
we know
FaceTime
he's the
sounds?
Best one.
Where's I'm here with,
Where's Daphne? Where's Daphne? She's the best one.
Oh. He is, all right, I'll get Daphne. And Daphne comes on and says,
Hey,
yes.
Look, you probably can't help with this. Have you guys talked?
Have we talked?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was about to
Daphne?
tell him.
Okay, well, one question first.
Yes?
Daphne, you probably don't know this, but Daniel, you might.
Yeah.
How did everyone get back from Foray House?
Oh, how did everyone, well...
Yeah, the next morning, right?
Yeah, we'd all taken various transport over.
Of course.
Well, Samantha just quick taxi back down to Port Angelica, got back on the boat. Weirdly, I think Jack had decided he had something he needed to talk to Samantha about. He ended up on the boat as well, which is a bit odd, but I suppose they had some business to talk about or something. I just took the bus back. It took a long time. Matt, I think, took that train again. Amanda took the train just back to Branton.
Of course.
Harmony, well, she was still there when we all left, so I'm assuming just drove home.
I see.
She said she'd stay for a little bit longer and then jump back in her car, park down somewhere.
Understood. All right, thank you. You guys, have the best evening you can.
Oh, why? What's going on? And Daphne says, I'll tell you, Dan. Well, you should hang up the phone.
So I hang up the phone, and I make a gesture to Jamie, yep. A foolish detective mistake. Gotta ask about every step of the journey.
So...
They all just glossed over what happened the next day, because of course they would. To them, it just was a party that fizzled out.
But Harmony stayed late, so no one saw how she went home.
Exactly. So, that's because what actually happened was she left her disgusting car at Branton and grabbed... Here's the bits where I need to sort of create the cloudy picture, because right now, the way I'm picturing it is she got on a train at Branton, seafood stuffed in her pockets.
We gotta smell her pockets.
In such a location that nobody else was going to see her when getting on and off. I don't know how Amanda didn't see this. There must be something more I could drill into there, but I can't at this stage. That's okay. Maybe. But one way or another, she got into that sleeper car. And I mean into that sleeper car, not just the carriage, but she made her way into Gregory's own cabin. I guess Matt was booking it at lunch, that probably just on his phone or as a phone call. So it's not like she would have been paying attention to that. She must have just found him. How did she find him?
I think actually...
It's so blurry.
Maybe Daniel may have mentioned it, that it was one of the topics of conversation at the start of the lunch. Matt was booking the train tickets.
Ah. And just so happened to not notice that he was booking 2 sleeper cars. But presumably he wasn't saying that part out loud.
No, but he was talking about booking the tickets.
Oh, okay. So she made her way into the sleeper car, through the fuzzy windows, managed to get her way to Gregory's, and got in there. Exactly what happened at that point, I have many questions about. Because as far as I can tell, she shoved seafood in his face and smashed his EpiPen. I'm sure there's a much more cinematic way of describing it, and yet...
Look, you found a smashed EpiPen, and you think you found the seafood, and you know what? At this point, you get a call from the coroner, who says, "Hey, it's me, the coroner. Yeah, it looks like cause of death. I mean... looks like anaphylactic shock."
And he was wrapped in a jacket that stank of oysters.
Oh, you know about the oyster jacket?
Yeah, that oyster jacket would be a big help. Great. No wonder I couldn't tell whether this was planned or premeditated. It was this weird mush-up of the two. It was premeditated insofar as half an hour premeditated. So from there... she probably had no plan. The train was going to stop at Port Angelica after that, if it was going to take any longer than just the stop at Branton. Maybe she thought that she could just get on, kill him, get right off again. But maybe at that point, she noticed the train was moving. Or maybe she just hadn't thought that far ahead and just was planning on getting off the train at some haphazard point without being really clear on that. Hard to say. But... with some time on the train now to figure out what was going to happen, that must have been when she had the spontaneous idea of, well, maybe getting rid of the body would be a good idea. And the only way to do that, these windows, well, they don't really open that far unless they do.
You yourself tried to open one, and with the old, rusted away stopper on the window, you managed to smack one right open.
It cannot have been easy to haul a body out a train window. But that must have been what she'd done, and just in the nick of time, because it was very shortly after taking off from Branton as well, I believe, that Amanda came knocking. And in a sort of panic, Harmony had to decide what to do, and the only thing that she could think to do was ignore it until it went away, and then try to use Gregory's phone, which was still present. Maybe she hadn't quite gotten rid of the body yet. That would make sense if it was only just after Branton at this point. And she was still trying to figure that out. she used Gregory's phone to message Amanda. She recognized Amanda. That wouldn't have been a problem. And perhaps in doing so, I assume that sometime over the recent years, she's heard stories about Gregory sending these emails to Matt and co. about going off on these little adventures. That's the sort of thing that would probably come up. And it wouldn't be hard for her, if she's already in his phone, to get to his emails and see what he would normally do in that situation, what he would normally write. Look for the last one that he sent that seemed to be on that occasion. Copy it relatively closely. Not as closely as possible because, you know, her writer's instincts kicked in. Using proper grammar just comes naturally to her.
And we know that she knows some of Gregory's phrases because she used enough of them to make him recognizable.
That's a very good point. And that was the problem that started all of this, was that she sent emails to the people who were CC'd, but not the person who was BCC'd, which is you, Jamie.
Yes, you're right. The only person who would know that would be me. If Matt had told her about the emails, he wouldn't have any idea that it was being sent to me. I was BCC'd. The B stands for blind.
But from there, well, I mean, she still had all these initial issues. She had to somehow sneak off the train at Port Angelica, I guess. Unless she climbed out the window herself once the train arrived there. That seems risky.
True, but through some fashion, sneaked off the train. Something that's clearly possible because Jack did it too.
Yeah, apparently. So look, Jamie, I'm sorry. I know these people weren't as much your friends as they were Gregory's, but in general, oh boy, some of these people have some messes that they've got to work on. Like, let's see. Actually, you know what? Not as many as you'd think. Daniel's doing fine. Matt's doing fine. Jack, he's fine. There's no problems there. Amanda, look, call Daphne again and make sure that she and Amanda don't lose touch because she's an at-risk with a capital A, capital R going on there. Samantha, she seems to be doing pretty fine herself as well. You know what? More of these people have ended up fine than expected. All things considered. Beyond that, man, I'm sorry that you've been through this. But oh no, I can't say that. That's a terrible way to cap things off.
What are you going to say?
I was going to say, I'm sorry that you've been through this horrible thing, but I commend your detective instincts because something really did smell fishy.
And with that terrible line, you send in the cops, you arrest Harmony Hansen, and we finish the case of the tragedy in transit.
My poor little Velma.
And a tragedy it was.
Thank you for listening to Solve This Murder. To submit your own guesses for whodunit, send an email to solvethismurderpod@gmail.com. We read every theory we're sent and award the greatest sleuth with a place on our wall of detectives. To support the show, you can sign up for our Patreon and receive weekly bonus episodes, monthly videos, and full access to all parts of new Solve This Murder mysteries on day one. Thanks to all our patrons for supporting us, thanks to Advanced Sagebrush and Shootouts for our theme music, and thanks again to all of you for listening.